Where was your moment of trust that led you to take the next steps forward on the path?
I trusted the mushroom.
Okay, dude, you ready?
I know words, I had the best words.
So I know like atheism isn't some kind of membership that you join or lead or whatever, but I want to talk to you guys about how I went through an atheist phase and what made me get out of it. My concept of what God was, or what religion was, or what spirituality was very limited. You know, I went to Sunday school when I was younger, and my mom's Christian, and so I was kind of raised in that, you know? Being raised in that and kind of looking around and seeing that it doesn't work, not only for my family, like in my own intimate kind of circle, but it doesn't really work on a large scale either, because we're not, you know, this isn't like a reflection of spirituality when I look out into America or into like countries where this kind of belief system is prevalent at. At an early age, you know, like in high school, I started questioning stuff and started really disengaging with it and becoming almost angry about it, you know, and just thinking all religion is so bad. And this is like something I never thought I would have done being like in high school. I was really straight edge in high school, like no drugs, no nothing. I didn't even drink until I turned 21. And so like me taking mushrooms was kind of, didn't even seem like a possibility. Like it wasn't something that I ever really wanted to do. All throughout high school I watched a Joe Rogan podcast, and so I knew mushrooms were like a thing that like people talked about. Like I knew Terrence McKenna and stuff like that. I wasn't really into it, but like you know, it's cool. I always thought I was into the paranormal stuff, so I kind of just looked at it as being like mushrooms and DMT as being in that kind of category of like it's interesting to think about and talk about or hear other people talk about. But as I got older and kind of was able to explore out of my, you know, my little home space, I met a lot of people and I learned a lot of stuff, and I met someone that gave me mushrooms, someone that I trusted, and they were like, try this. And I really think, you know, like I've always been a spiritual person, you know, that's kind of been what led me to atheism is my seeking, you know, just constantly questioning things. So then what happened next was I took a bunch of mushrooms, and it really changed the way that I see life. You know, all of these things that I hang on to so dearly, all these judgments that I have, my ego, I thought this was reality. Like I thought the way I perceived this experience was reality. And the mushrooms showed me that it's not. That's just like this kind of illusion, or like this kind of filter that I am flashing out over reality. It's a blanket that I'm laying over reality, covering it. It's like my security blanket. It was really profound. The whole experience was really profound. It wasn't that like mushrooms showed me God, but they showed me that I'm a part of something way, 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 way bigger than any sort of conceptualization or any sort of religious dogma, or just bigger than anything that I'm a part of. You know, we go to work, we go to school, like we're doing this routine, but we are a part of something that is so mind-blowing that we can't even really think about it for more than a couple seconds, because it's just too like incomprehensible. Mushrooms show me my connectedness with everything. And you know, a lot of people say like, we are one with everything. We're all one love. We are all one human family, and one with the earth and this kind of stuff. One with the universe. You are the universe. We hear this all the time, especially from spiritual teachers, but mushrooms show it to you. Like, you feel it. It's not even like, it's not some kind of conception like we are all one. It's like you are just one with everything. Like, there's no boundaries between your body and the air. Like, there's no space, object, space, object. It's all just this unified thing. And I could see that the space was connected to the objects. And somehow I am mingled into this mysterious dimension. You know, it just blows my mind that we are all experiencing this one thing differently. You have your own experience, I have my own experience, but we're just in this one thing. Infinite possibilities within one realm. So, I took mushrooms a few times, and I really explored around with that space. And it just really changed my mind. Like, I guess like what atheists say is that they don't know. And I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know if there's a God or if any of these religious people figured it out. But what I do know is that, like, something mysterious and something very divine is happening. You are alive. And I know, like, that sounds so stupid, but that is magic in a way. We live it. We live this kind of, we live in our lives. So it's like, it's so obvious that we just kind of wake up and we do all this stuff and we dream. We have dreams. And we live in these different realities, you know, dreaming, this waking state, daydreams, all these different levels of reality that we find ourselves in, and we just shrug it off. Mushrooms showed me how artificial the construct of my identity is, how superficial I am. And it showed me patterns and how reality is made up. It's got a code. There's a coding to reality. And I'm not like trying to say like we are in the Matrix, although we might be in the Matrix. There are patterns that make up reality. There are patterns scattered throughout existence. And I see it when I look out into nature. And humans reflect these patterns and designs, and it's just kind of what creation does. There is a law. That is why there's laws to the universe, because it's within this structured pattern, this repeating fractalization. Christianity is one that never really made sense to me specifically, because it's like you're trying to tell me that the architect of this divine mathematical universe is just sat around in the clouds judging the creatures of his own creation. And it's most like petty human emotions too that God has, like, ugh, gay people. The psychedelic experience shatters any of that and leaves it sat there looking, as stupid as it is, you know, you can't hold those ideas in the psychedelic experience without freaking out. That's why people have bad trips, is because they can't surrender to truth. The truth is that we don't know what's going on in life, and we don't know who we are, and it's all temporary. We're so attached to this illusion of permanence that we cling to these stupid ideas, and they make us act ridiculous, and it creates suffering, and it creates this attachment to our identity that isn't even really who we are. You know, and sometimes we don't even agree with the belief systems that we give ourselves, like, I'm worthless, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. So many of us hang on to these stupid things as truth, and it's just ridiculous. And yeah, I saw that, and that's really what pushed me away from being so attached to or so aggressive. So it's just an aggressive atheist, was a psychedelic experience. And I know a lot of people that have had this experience can relate, and others that have not had this experience can't. And I accept that this sounds crazy, that you can take a mushroom or something and learn about reality and learn about yourself. You know, I don't even. understand what that means when it comes out of my mouth. Like it sounds dumb coming out of my mouth. Like, oh yeah, the keys to unlocking knowledge about yourself, dude. A mushroom from cow shit. My name's Dakota. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you can relate, or if you are sick of this hippie bullshit, then give it a thumbs down. But subscribe and leave a comment. See you guys.